What's going on YouTube? This is Kaz with Perfumes by Genesis, aka PBG. Welcome to my channel and another one of my videos. For those of you who know or may not know, I usually like to start off all of my videos with a quick and simple prayer. Please feel free to click the link in the description below to skip ahead to the beginning of the video. For those that are staying for the prayer, let's start. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for my viewers. Thank you so much for this channel, and I just ask that you lay your mighty hands over them and lay your mighty hands over this world, Lord. Lay your hands over our mind, our thoughts, our feelings, and just help us to become better people each and every day. Lord, help us to come out of this COVID-19 crisis better than we went in. Please bless the families that are going through this terrible crisis and having tough times. Bless those that have lost loved ones and just bring your comfort. And we ask that you just bring your healing power in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay guys, so today is going to be another full house review of Essential Parfums. There are 6 fragrances in the lineup, and I'm going to go through each and every one of them and just give my initial reaction and take on every single one. Now I'm only going to give maybe 4 or 5 words or so, and just a quick couple phrases to give you my initial thoughts and impressions on these. I don't have any full bottles of these fragrances yet, but I do have samples. I was blessed and privileged enough to win a giveaway on Instagram where I received some of their samples, and phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal house, guys. The fragrances are absolutely incredible, and we're going to talk about them now. So the first fragrance on our list is one called Divine Vanille. So here's Divine Vanille. All the fragrances come in this little envelope in the sample pack, but usually the box, I'll put a picture of it right here so you guys can look at it. But usually it's a much bigger box. They use recycled materials, I believe, and you get a 75 ml bottle, I believe, or 100 ml. You'll see a link in the description where you guys can purchase their fragrances. But all of their fragrances come in this little pack, and what I do like is that they do put the name of the perfumer behind the specific fragrance. So I believe there's about 6 different perfumers there, and they all contributed to one of the fragrances. So let's start my analysis of Divine Vanille. I'm just gonna go ahead and take it out of the little envelope. I just wanted to show you guys the first envelope, but it's really nothing special. I'm just gonna spray these on some tester strips. Here are the little glass 2 milliliter bottles. I will say these are some of the best sample atomizers I've ever seen. I love the way they spray. It makes me feel like I have a whole bottle. Obviously it's nowhere near a full atomizer, but these are really nice sample atomizers. So Essential Parfums, good job on the samples, and they're glass bottles as well. So let's go ahead and spray this on a sample strip. So right off the bat, guys, you get a really nice, I think that's a synthetic vibe trying to usher in the vanilla. I'm not sure what that is. I can't really place my nose on it, but as that starts to dry down, you really get this nice settling of Madagascan vanilla. My notes for this are, it really reminds me of Layton, okay? When I first got these fragrances in the mail and I smelled it and the Madagascan vanilla started to shine through after the dry down, all I could think about was Layton, that rich, creamy, sweet vanilla that we all know and love. This is like Layton without the fougere quality, without those precious woods that seep into the base, guys. It's very rich, gentle, smooth. It's like a cozy, warm, clean vanilla, okay? And I absolutely love this. This is one of my favorite fragrances from the entire house. And I highly recommend you guys to get your noses on this. So this is Divine Vanille, wonderful fragrance, guys. So the next fragrance is gonna be one called Orange and Santal. Oh my goodness, guys, Orange and Santal, it's fighting for my #1 spot out of all 6 of these fragrances, but it's still, so far it's my #2. I'm gonna rank these at the end for you guys, but let me tell you, Orange and Santal is just a beautiful masterpiece, okay? There's a nice orange peel note in there and some sandalwood. I love both of those things combined. Sandalwood is one of my favorite notes when they put it in fragrances, and orange peel is something that's really unique, but it just works so well in here. I mean, it's fresh, it's bright, it's uplifting, it's creamy. There's a little bitterness due to the orange peel, but it's very pleasing. It's well done. I mean, when you guys take an orange, okay, and you smell the inside of the orange and you just put your nose up to the outside of the peel, there's like a little sharpness to the smell of the peel in conjunction to the orange. And that's kind of what you get with this. The peel is really prevalent in this fragrance, but it's really well done. And the sandalwood is to die for. I get a very bright, zesty feel to this fragrance, and it had a fall in love effect to me when I first got my nose on this. It's amazing. What I really love is the transition of the bright orange peel into the creamy sandalwood. That transition is beautiful, and I think they have it perfect. It just makes me think of waking up to a beautiful sunshine, and then the creaminess just makes me think of just maybe a nice calming walk through the forest or something like that, because of it just gives me this fresh morning time, bright, sunny feel, and then it travels into this nice creamy sandalwood. And it just has this like earthy forest quality to it, but it's just, guys, orange and Santal, definitely try this out and get a sample ASAP. Beautiful fragrance, guys. The next fragrance we have is gonna be Vetiver. Here's a little sample vial, and we'll go ahead and spray it on this tester strip for you guys. So Vetiver is a beautiful fragrance, guys. It's really nice. It's very masculine. Okay, Vetiver usually is a masculine note, but it works in anything. I mean, it's just a note. And the Vetiver is apparent in here. I almost get like a slight boozy, earthy quality in Vetiver. It's very smooth, it's very earthy. It's like a sweet cocktail, very calming as well. I really like testing this fragrance on my skin, and it's also comforting. And it has like a slight energizing quality. You know what? This reminded me of Guerlain's Vetiver. Don't ask me why, it just put me immediately in the mind frame of Guerlain Vetiver. Obviously there's Vetiver in both of those fragrances, but just smell. I mean, I think the Vetiver is really well done in both of those fragrances, and Vetiver by Essential Parfums is awesome. I love the sweetness to it. This is like a very casual, fun Vetiver. Okay, so for you Vetiver fans, if you want like a fun take on Vetiver, a very calming take on Vetiver, go for this. Vetiver by Essential Parfums. Good stuff, guys, good stuff. So the next fragrance in our lineup is gonna be one called the Musk. So now when I think of the Musk, guys, this reminds me immediately right off the bat of sweet baby powder, okay? And that's not a bad thing. It's very simple. To my nose, there's not much going on. It's just a really easy, simple musk, a powdery musk, okay? Almost baby powder-like quality, and it has its moments. It's not my favorite, just because I don't wanna, personally to my nose, I just don't like that kind of sweetness. I think my wife would like this a lot, and I think this would appeal a lot to ladies, but I mean, all these fragrances are unisex, and I think the musk is really well done. I do want to speak to the quality in these fragrances. They're all well done, beautifully crafted. Each and every one of the perfumers behind these fragrances have put a lot of work in, and there's beautiful stories. I'll put a link to in the description below to Essential Parfums website, and you guys can read more into it. The musk is beautiful, simple, powdery, and sometimes you just want a simple post-shower scent. I would give this a post-shower scent. I think musk is something that's very nice paired with like soapy type of fragrances, or you're just getting out of a shower and you kind of still smell like that fresh soap. Even unscented soap, I think musk is like a really nice thing to wear after you have just been in water, maybe after showering after the gym, etc. Great fragrance, guys, the musk. Not my favorite from this house, but it's awesome. I highly recommend you guys try it out. The next fragrance on the list is gonna be called Nice Bergamot. Oh, that's a beautiful zesty opening, guys. It's very fresh. It's almost as if you're cutting a bergamot open right in front of you. Like you have a fresh bergamot on the table, you're slicing it open, ready to use. And I love how this fragrance brings that reality to the forefront of my brain. I also get a slight shampoo-like quality to this fragrance. But it's very pleasant. This fragrance reminds me kind of like bergamot shampoo in a way. And there are some slight florals that I'm detecting. Great fragrance, guys. I do like nice bergamot. I could see myself wearing this pretty much every day in the spring and summertime. It puts me in a very positive headspace, okay? Bergamot is very energizing. It's a very common citrus note. And I think the fragrance itself is perfectly named. It's a nice bergamot fragrance. I mean, this is one of the best bergamots that I've smelled at. And I really look forward to getting a full bottle of this soon. It reminds me of shampoo a lot though, and that's not a bad thing. I actually would love to have a shampoo that smells exactly like this. So hopefully Essential Parfums, you guys, if you're planning on making other products with these fragrances, a bergamot shampoo, I'm your guy. Totally would buy it. Yeah, this is good stuff. Nice bergamot, great bergamot fragrance, and I look forward to getting it someday. The last fragrance is gonna be called Rose Magnetic. So guys, right off the bat in Rose Magnetic, I get a beautiful rush of florals. The rose comes through shortly after. It's a very exciting fragrance. This is probably one of the best rose fragrances I've smelled too. The way they do the rose is like the perfect way to do rose. It's hard to explain. It's like they took the essence of what it means to have rose in a fragrance and they just focused on it. And it's beautiful. I mean, that Rose Magnetic name is perfect because it's a very magnetizing fragrance. This will draw you in. My wife loves this on me and I love this on her. Perfectly unisex fragrance. It's fresh, it's blunt, it's bright, it's floral, okay? It's a little powdery and transparent as well. I love the way that you don't really have to work hard to smell all the florals, to smell the rose. It's very transparent and it has a little bit of sweetness, a little powdery nature kind of wrapped around those florals, and it just has that rose at the center. I wish I knew the type of rose it was. I'll put the I'll put the notes in the description below. And I will be doing follow-up videos of each and every one of these fragrances individually so you guys can get a little bit more in-depth take on some of these fragrances. Yeah, Rose Magnetic is great. And the rose is very, very sophisticated. I don't want to say it's not a dark rose. It's a very bright and uplifting fragrance, but the rose is just rich, okay? And that's what I appreciate. It's a very rich rose. It's not a cloying rose. I don't think this can ever be a cloying fragrance. I think this is definitely an easy reach rose, and it'll work in sophisticated moments. It'll work in the morning. It's just, this is a dynamic fragrance right here. So now it's time to rank these fragrances. They were in no specific order before, but I have ranked them from 1 to 6. 1 being my absolute favorite and 6 being my least favorite. All right, so right off the bat, the first fragrance that is my number 1 is going to be Divine Vanille. Guys, Divine Vanille was absolutely amazing. This is something that reminds me of Parfums de Marly Layton, and that's awesome. To make a fragrance that reminds you of Layton is really cool. That Madagascan vanilla is superb, absolutely to die for. And as a perfumer in training, a perfumer in the making myself, it's something that really inspires me and kind of just shows me what you can do. So now I know Madagascan vanilla, get your hands on it and start blending ASAP. So that's my number 1, guys, Divine Vanille. My number 2 is definitely going to be Orange and Santal. Now this was very hard for me because I almost put this at number 1, but I love the effect that Layton had on me so much, and I love the effect of that Madagascan vanilla that it gave me a little bit of an edge over Orange and Santal. But Orange and Santal is a wonderful fragrance, guys. I love the bitter orange peel with that nice, beautiful, creamy, high quality sandalwood they have going on in there. Those 2 notes only would be enough for me to just, do a fragrance of just orange peel and sandalwood. But the way that they blend those other ingredients with it is just perfect. Orange and Santal is bright. This fragrance will make you smile. It will uplift you. It'll make you feel calm, cozy, confident. You have best of both worlds. The sandalwood makes you feel nice and luxurious, and rich and cozy. The orange peel gets you out the door, ready to tackle the world. I mean, it's an awesome fragrance. Orange and Santal. Thank you guys so much for making this fragrance because I've never smelled anything like it before. My number 3 is going to be a fragrance called Vetiver, okay? Remember I talked about this earlier. It's nice vetiver fragrance with a slight boozy quality to it. It's very earthy, which is expected of a vetiver fragrance. And it does remind me of Guerlain vetiver, okay? It also reminds me of like a sweet cocktail, okay? It's really nice on my skin. I like how it makes me feel. It has a calming effect too. And it's an awesome fragrance. I can see myself reaching for this just casually, you know? Maybe you're going to hang out with a few people. It can even be used for like maybe early evening date night. You know, it's not a late night scent, at least to my brain. You know, I think about daytime when I think about Vetiver, and kind of just a casual vibe. You know, you just want to chill, have a calm day. So Vetiver, great fragrance. That's my number 3, guys. So my number 4 is gonna be Rose Magnetic. Now, Rose Magnetic is one of my favorite rose fragrances so far, okay? And it is absolutely a dynamic fragrance. This is a rose that you can reach for at any time, I'm telling you. It'll work on men, it'll work on women, you name it, okay? And the rose is so rich, it's so transparent. And I love the way that the florals get introduced in the fragrance. As soon as you spray, it just hits your nose like a rush. Like literally you can smell the rose and the floral notes just kind of running as the fragrance transitions. And I really love and respect that about this fragrance. It is a magnetizing fragrance, trust me. So naming it Rose Magnetic is awesome. My number 5 is gonna be a fragrance called Nice Bergamot, okay? Nice Bergamot is a wonderful fragrance, also greatly named. It's a simple bergamot, okay? It makes you think that you're cutting the bergamot right in front of your face. It's nice, it's fresh, it's juicy, it's zesty. It almost makes me think about shampoo, but that's a great thing. So Nice Bergamot is an awesome fragrance if you wanna reach, even post-shower. Maybe you're taking a walk through the park. It's a very green day out. You're going through a lush forest and just taking a casual walk. Nice Bergamot puts me in a positive headspace, and it makes me feel, you know, excited and kind of like a breath of fresh air. I really do appreciate Nice Bergamot. For me, it's my number 5 just because we have so many wonderful ones ahead of it. But still a great fragrance, and I do look forward to having a bottle. My last and final fragrance, my number 6, guys, is gonna be the Musk. Now, the Musk, I'm not hating on the Musk. It's an awesome fragrance. The sweetness is like a powdery baby powder smell, and that's okay. It's a simple musk fragrance, and I think that this fragrance has a lot of good places for it. There's a lot of people that enjoy this type of smell. I usually don't go towards like overly musky smells, but it's a well done fragrance, and I love how quality and how decadent the musk is in the Musk. So I think a lot of people will appreciate that. I think a lot of women will appreciate the Musk as well as a lot of guys too. So definitely get your noses on the Musk. It's a beautiful fragrance, and that's my number 6. That is my initial take on all of the fragrances by Essential Parfums. They're an awesome house. All their fragrances are very well priced. They're all about, I believe, $72 USD. I think on the website they're in terms of euro, but they definitely ship to the US. You should be able to get a shipment just fine, and check them out. It's a really cool website, very simple, and you'll see all the perfumers behind each one of these fragrances, which is really cool. You'll see that I've labeled each one as they pop up on the screen. So you'll see the fragrance and the ratings that I just did, along with the perfumer, so you can go rewind if you wanted to see the name of the perfumers again. Thank you so much for joining me in this full house review, guys. Again, there will be individual follow-up reviews for each one of these specifically, and I will be getting a bottle of one of these very soon, so you guys can see a full bottle of it. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. Stay blessed, stay safe out there. Take care.